So I'm going to be making some pork enchiladas, and to make them I'm going to need about 2 pounds of pork meat and a can of chipotle peppers, an onion, and some garlic. You could use like a pork roast, but I'm just using these cans of pork meat because it's what I have, and it's actually pretty tasty. So I'm going to add the pork meat to the crock pot, and then I'm going to add the can of chipotle peppers to the crock pot. Now I'm going to dice up the onion, and then I'm going to chop up the garlic and add that to the crock pot. And I think I'm even going to add maybe 1 or 2 cans of refried beans, or not refried beans, black beans to the crock pot. Just to get a little more vegetables in there. So I'm going to cover that up, plug it in, and leave it on high until it gets nice and heated. Since this isn't a raw pork roast, it'll take less time to cook. But if it were a raw pork roast, you probably would want to wait to add the beans, and it would take a lot longer to cook. Okay, now that the meat has cooked a little bit and gotten some of the sauce from the chipotle peppers on there, I'm going to spread it out on a baking sheet. And I'm going to drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of adobo seasoning. And then I'm going to set the oven temperature to 350 and pop it in the oven and set the timer for 30 minutes. Now I'm going to cut some cilantro for the pork. And then I have this Colby Jack cheese. I'm going to use probably about 2 cups of it. Maybe I'll use more, like 3 cups. I want them to be nice and cheesy. Got lots of cheese now for when I make the enchiladas. Okay, so the meat's ready to take out of the oven. And I'm going to take the cilantro and sprinkle it on the meat. And then I'm going to sprinkle on the juice of about 1 lemon. Or lime, 1 lime. And I'm going to mix that up. And this is our enchilada filling. Now we need to start making some tortillas for our enchiladas. I'm going to make as many enchiladas as I possibly can, so I'll be using several glass dishes here. So I'm going to heat up my skillet to medium high, a low medium high, like 7, and then I'm gonna drizzle on some olive oil and start heating up tortillas. And then I'm gonna get a can of enchilada sauce and open it up. Now I'm not sure how many cans of enchilada sauce we're gonna need. I'll just go 1 can at a time. I'm using red enchilada sauce, but you could use green if you like green better. Once your tortilla starts to bubble, it's pretty much ready to flip over. You can get it super bubbly if you want to, but I'm just trying to get it done as fast as possible. So I'm going to add a little bit of meat to the tortilla there, and then sprinkle on a little cheese, and then I'm going to add a little enchilada sauce, and then I'm going to take that and roll it. You want to tuck them close together so they stay put. And really, you don't have to get these tortillas perfectly crispy. You're just trying to warm them up so they're more malleable. If you want, you can get them nice and crispy with some char on them. But since I'm trying to make a whole bunch of enchiladas, I'm not really going for perfection here. See, that one got done pretty nicely. Nice and crisp. I think the pan is starting to heat up now, so I'm going to turn it down some. And you're going to have to keep adding oil every once in a while to the pan, the more tortillas you make. Okay, looks like I'm going to be able to fit 1 more there, and I'll probably be able to fit 2 in here. So there, I finished 1 pan. Now what I'm going to do is drizzle enchilada sauce on top. And sprinkle cheese on top. And I'm going to set these aside while I get started on another pan. So I don't think I'm going to need a bigger pan than this for the rest. Okay, so what I'm going to do with all these leftover scraps is just put them on top of the enchilada. Just kind of spread that out. And use the rest of the sauce here. on top. And then put on the rest of this cheese. I don't have much cheese left, but I think it will do. Now I'm going to turn the oven on to 350. There's my 2 trays of enchiladas. And I have a can of olives here. I'm going to start slicing olives to go on top. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the oven and set the timer for 30 minutes and then they'll be done. Okay, now it's time to pull those enchiladas out of the oven. Those look delicious. Here are the enchiladas. Yum. Now I'm gonna serve myself up some of these enchiladas. I'm gonna start out with 3 enchiladas. Yum. Doesn't that look delicious? Yum! Alright, I'm gonna go enjoy these enchiladas now.